guys, thanks for joining me today. Today we're talking about 5 skills that managers lack according to their employees. Yep, there are a lot of managers out there that are thinking they're doing the right thing and they're really not. And the employees are telling. Look, 80% of employees agree that the following skills I'm about to mention in this video are what their bosses are missing or lacking. Now, building effective leadership skills is a very challenging thing that every manager faces, no matter if you're entry level or if you've seasoned CEO on down to supervisor manager, you all lack some kind of skill. And it's not always easy for them to identify ways to improve. A lot of managers don't want to improve because they feel like they know it all. Let's just be honest. They have an ego. They feel like they know it all. They don't need to be taught anything different. They don't need to learn anything. They feel like they know all they need to know, and they couldn't be further from the truth. But when focusing on companies' critical needs, leaders may lack the energy for personal development and time for personal development. Remote work only compounds the issue as leaders must now balance their job and home life. And I agree with that to a certain extent. But that's not to say that there aren't opportunities for quick wins. Um, in 2019, the People's Management Report, the Predictive Index surveyed more than 1,000 employees, right, on top skill sets that their manager lacks. 80% of the respondents agreed on 5 core competencies. Okay, and well, you know what? Let's just dive right into it. Here are the 5. The number one, guess. That's right, team building. According to the People Management Report again, 28% of the employees say that team building is a skill that their manager lacks the most. That's crazy. It seems as though that would be the main thing that they would want to get together. First of all, being on the same page, sharing the goal, making sure everybody understands what the goal is. The second one is being cohesive, but evidently that's not the case. 28% of the over 1,000 employees are saying this is the number one issue or skill that managers are lacking. Their managers are lacking. Even some of the leaders considered world class fall into this category and reported to fall into this category. Now, we all know that team building is the glue that holds the people of the team together. And even under enough pressure, even high-performing teams can buckle. Long before worst comes to worst, make sure that you've done all you could do to build a cohesive vibe, I guess, within the team. This starts with understanding your people's natural workplace habitat. Like, for instance, in time of stress, who likes to take charge? And who prefers to listen and implement? By encouraging this behavioral awareness, you help everyone to play to their strengths while addressing any of the weaknesses. Okay? Number 2, providing feedback. That's a big one. Another 17% of the employees say that their manager's biggest shortcomings is providing feedback. Now, many leaders may be hesitant to be critical for fear of causing some disengagement. But these feedback loops are essential to employment development. Your feedback should be timely and specific. Wait too long to share a key recommendation, and your employee won't remember what it pertains to. Likewise, if you provide feedback that's too general, you deprive your employee of a chance to grow and learn. And I personally hate when managers wait until the 6 months or annual review to throw everything at you. Throughout the course of the 6 months or the year, if they see things, I feel like they should bring it to your attention then so you can try to correct it. So that when you come to the review, you're more prepared and you're not ambushed. I know a lot of times when I was working for another company, I felt like I was being ambushed. You know, they would wait till the 6 months and they would just pour everything out. Hey, well, Chad, I noticed you struggle with time management or juggling projects or, whatever. And it's like, you knew that several months ago, several weeks ago. Why didn't you pull me to the side or pull my coattail then and say, hey, Chad, I noticed this. What can I do to help? Or if you don't mind, I want to give you a couple of tips on how to straighten that out. And I could have worked on that and gotten it straightened out. Does that make sense? I just hate the ambush part. That's what it feels like to me. But look, above all else, as a manager and a leader, be honest yet supportive. That means celebrating your employees' successes while reframing missteps as constructive learning opportunities. All right? Number 3, time management. This was the third most popular response. 14% of the employees said that their managers lack this. When leaders are ineffective with their time, it causes or creates blockers for direct reports who need input from above to succeed. Suddenly, these individuals are now tied up, causing ripples even further down. Effective time management requires awareness of yourself and others. So look on your calendar and ask yourself how your workday may impact those around you or beneath you. Map out when you'll be able to review critical tasks or revise the scope of your day to free yourself up for your staff or your team. All right. Number 4, delegation. I talked about this in the last video, if you recall. Delegation is another top management shortcoming cited by the employees, 11% actually. Just like time management, delegation is critical or is a critical skill, ensuring that all parts of the team flow smoothly. Now, if you're struggling with this task, you may be reluctant to pass it off. And I myself throw myself into that pot. I'm guilty of that from time to time. I just want to do it myself instead of delegating to my team. After all, that's why you have a team, to help you out. So use the team, delegate. Perhaps you're worried about an employee's workload or their ability or inability to see the task through. In either case, simply holding on to it and doing it for yourself creates a bottleneck. Delegation isn't something to shy away from. It's a tool that you can use to put the right work into the right hands. If anything, this ensures your team works smarter and not harder. And finally, the biggest one, if you ask me, this should have been number 1, but the 5th one is communication. Rounding out the list, obviously, again, communication, a skill set 10% of employees say that their manager or management lacks. An essential component of employee-employer or employee-manager relationship. Communication plays an even greater role in this new remote world that we're in now, everybody working remotely. If you're wondering whether your people could benefit from clearer communication, just ask. It's not hard, it's simple. Just ask them. Make yourself available to answer questions and address any concerns that they may have. According, again, to the People's Management Report, managers who hold more frequent one-on-one meetings are better received and probably more productive. So, in essence, by taking time to address one or more of these skills, you'll set yourself apart from the average manager. And more importantly, you'll be giving your people more of what they need. And that's the whole goal as a leader, as a manager, to give our team, our staff, more of what they need so that they can be successful, and in turn, you're successful, and we can reach our goal and be productive. Bada bing, bada boom. There it is. So the 5 keys, the 5 skills that a lot of managers are missing, that a lot of them claim to have: team building, providing feedback, time management, delegation, and communication. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. That's my time. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch these videos, to find nuggets of information, to strengthen and sharpen your leadership skills and abilities so that you can be a productive and awesome leader that people want to follow and gravitate towards. And as always, if you need help with any leadership development skills, remote leadership training, diversity training, team building, all that good stuff, please contact me and let me know. And I promise you, we'll sit down and put together a tailor-made plan conducive for your success and your team success as well. Again, guys, thank you so much. And if you like these videos, please like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and share these videos with other people in your sphere of influence. Because if you're getting something out of it, I'm pretty sure the people around you will get something out of it as well. And as always, I'm all about iron sharpening iron. So please like, subscribe, and share the channel, the videos, and help somebody else to become better leaders, because we all need better leaders in this day and age. We just do. We really do. So that's my time, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, great leadership equals great results. How are you leading?
Whether you're a new leader who needs the building blocks of leadership and how to be effective, or a seasoned leader who needs to understand that there are 2 sides to leadership, or a leader who just needs some inspiring insight or leadership seeds in order to enhance your leadership abilities, the CDV Consulting Group has the resources you need. There are 2 key elements successful leaders have that the unsuccessful ones don't: self-discipline and the understanding to constantly invest in themselves. So pick up a copy or the entire collection today and start investing in your leadership now. Available at Amazon.com. And remember, great leadership equals great results. How are you leading?